wonderful weather. We did not expect in the middle of April 70 degrees. That's unusual for Arizona, so thank God for that. Let's be patient for a few more moments until we close. Today, on this 16th day of April 2016, we plead with the government of Norway, with Barnevernet and the judge handling the Bodnariu family case, to stop this forceful and unnecessary separation and give them back their 4 children. We would also like to take a moment and thank the judge in charge of baby Ezekiel's case for ruling in favor of the family and giving back the little boy to his mom and dad where he belongs. Thank God for that, and God bless them. Barnevernet's own rules affirm that the first step in the suspicious case of abuse is to talk to and counsel the parents, and that the number one and basic principle of Barnevernet that actually defines its existence is the welfare of the child. Sounds good, right? Well, we wonder then, why is Barnevernet breaking its own rules and abusing its powers? If the mother does something wrong, take the mother to counseling, but leave the children in their home where they belong. If a father makes a mistake, take him to counseling classes, but leave the children in the home where they belong. And if you truly care about the children, why are you punishing them by breaking them away from their loving home? This does not make any sense to any normal parent. What kind of justice system offers more sympathy and mercy to a serial killer than to a mother and her children? The serial killer convicted of 77 deaths gets 21 years in prison with the nice resort-like conditions, while mothers and fathers are completely separated from their children for trivial reasons. There's no excuse for such an abuse of power. The children belong in their loving family with their parents. In Bodnariu case, the abuse was not in the house, as the agents would like us to believe, but in their own system. The only abusive entity here is Barnevernet, a system that is used to turn against its own people and eradicate a fundamental right of a person or people cannot be sustained and cannot survive. It is a fundamental right of a family to raise their own children. And this right has been given to us by God, our Creator, has been confirmed by thousands of years of human history, and it is protected by every government on the face of this earth. To take this right away from a parent, there must be serious evidence of abuse, followed by a thoughtful legal process, and only after the exhaustion of all means to educate and help the parents, it should be applied. In Bodnariu and many other cases, no due process and none of these principles were observed. Your procedure shows no intent to respect the parental rights of a family, shows no heart and no feeling for the nightmares that a mother goes through when her children are forcefully removed from her house and her loving arms. We praise the media now that finally shows real courage in revealing the truth about your welfare system. An article published in the Nordic page in Norway brings to light the fact that it cost the taxpayers of Norway a total of $120,000 per year to keep just one child in a foster care. And these are the 2010 statistics. This figure includes the $52,000 a year that goes to a foster parent. I assume the 2015 figures to be larger. That is a lot of money that every child brings into the system. We believe that Barnevernet, helped by the Norwegian government, either by direct involvement or through lack of supervision, has become a business machine that is fed daily by new children that enter their pipeline. If these abuses by Barnevernet were stopped, it would cost taxpayers next to nothing to have the children where they belong, in the family. Another newspaper that exposes the evil practices of Barnevernet is Nordlys, the largest newspaper in northern Norway, covering the region of Troms. On March 11, 2016, it published an article that reveals that the county representatives in Troms randomly investigated 40 Barnevernet cases dated from June through November 2015 and found malpractice in 19 of them. That is almost half of them. The conclusion was that the actions taken in those cases were against, and I quote, the best interest of a child. As a result, he ordered an immediate careful investigation of local CPS, Barnevernet. We no longer need to convince you that Barnevernet is a rotten and corrupt agency. Your own people are finally coming to this conclusion. That is why Commissioner Barge Larson, surprised by the extent and seriousness of said report, tells Norlys that every stone must be turned in reviewing child welfare in Tromsø. Also, it must have been very hard and painful for Aina Isaacson, the acting director of child welfare, to say, "We will review the whole service. This is to ensure that children receive the right help at the right time. Something that must be considered is the organization, authority, work process, internal controls, management, design, and expertise." A governor, a commissioner, the acting director of Barnevernet, and a public servant appointed by the Kingdom of Norway all say that Norway has serious problems with child welfare system. Moreover, in an official letter to the government, 170 professionals from Norway, including attorneys, doctors, psychologists, and others, are requesting a reform of the system. Thank God that more and more people in your own country are waking up. What are you waiting for? Why do you want the reputation of your country shred to pieces? Norway, wake up. You have cancer in your blood, and cancer cannot be treated with Advil or Tylenol. You must put to sleep this monster called Barnevernet. This would be the right and necessary chemotherapy. Please return all the remaining children to Bonariu family where they belong. Furthermore, please return all the children that were wrongfully taken from their parents. You cannot right a wrong with two wrongs. The only right thing to do is to reunite the families you forcefully and unjustly separated. So help you God. Let's bow our